So what I was talking in the chat was that look, this is the first drop, and if you're looking at in a bigger picture, this is still pretty minor compared to the rally that has that we have seen from October last year, right? So still a first leg. We don't want to jump onto a conclusion that the long term top is in, and and we are in a bear market because of whatever, because of Japan or because of war or whatever, right? So first things first, we had this first dip down. We were buying this dip in the QQQ. We got a rally up, right, and then we went spy short. Now, if you just look into this as simple ABC or WXY, whichever way we want to see it, the 100% which I've marked, from the first leg to the retracements of the second leg, the 100% comes here at 5295. That's the level I've been talking since morning, right? Now, this is a simple ABC. A simple ABC means, it could be just a simple correction to this whole leg, and still there could be your new high coming. Even if that's not where we want to go, it could be just a starter. If this is third leg, let me just delete this just to kind of make it clear. So if this is just ABC, if with that it means that 5295 or somewhere around this area, the sell will end. We'll get a pop. Generally, a three-wave structure is either in WXY or in a flat, right? If it's a flat, then we are gonna get a very sharp bounce, taking it as close as the highs, and then we have another five leg down coming, right? So that's what a flat is, right? In a case of a WXY, if again, if the sell ends somewhere in this 5295 area, then we are looking at a bounce to 5490 again, because 50% to 60% is kind of optimal in the WXY scenario, and we will maintain this trend line decline, right? And somewhere here, we should get another bounce somewhere here, a choppy one, and then a decline again, right? To come to 5215 or somewhere lower than that, maybe here somewhere, right? So this is just a very normal correction scenario. The other one which I was talking about was, if what if 5295 doesn't hold, and Monday also gets bloody and we are trading, let's say, close to 5215, right? So that's where things will change. Instead of counting this as an ABC, we will be looking at this as one, two, three, four, five, something like this, right? So this is a full impulse, right? And a full impulse, now this will not end just with five waves drop, and we will be at least bare minimum looking at another bounce, an ABC bounce, a strong bounce somewhere from this area. Something like this. 50% at least is good, but again, 5400 or a little bit above, right? And one more dip, to make equal legs, and we can come somewhere around, yeah, 4900, maybe 4800, somewhere around this is still a very corrective structure, okay? This is what we have talked about in many different calls, that retesting the breakout area is optimal if this wave 3 was over at this 161%. So if you remember, the whole count, what we were talking about was that this is one, two, three. We'll have a four and a five later, right? So that's what it can turn into, and that's what is worth waiting and watching. That is it just like I explained in the first scenario, just a small ABC, and then we go up, or if 5295 starts cracking, then certainly I think it'll be clear that we are pushing down in one of the impulse wave, though we still need to have a confirmation on the five wave structures there, which will come by next week, or in a 4 or 5 sessions. and probably then again there will be bounces to be traded, and then we can take another shot, right? So this will be at least once this leg is complete, or at least we are close in this area. In this particular area, we get more clarity. We'll be able to plan our next trades for shorting this bounce, the wave 4 bounce, for the next leg down. That's one trade that we will certainly be able to capture. And once we see 5 wave decline coming into this 5,4975 area, certainly a area to buy long-term calls again for a month or so that we can capture a 200 300 point bounce which comes from there, right? So this is how what I'm looking at, since we are already here. Don't want to kind of brush into a trade here with the very high cost to premium right now, with the options, with the VIX being inflated at this point. So let this trade for a little bit, and have more clarity before we take any new position. We don't want to short here because let me just delete this. We are breaking this structure. We are into this demand right now where we made this base before the rally happened. Knowing what market makers do, they can just trade below this, take all the stops for the longs, for who people who are long here. Take all the stops out, make 5295 as the base, and what Monday you wake up with the 40 points gain and it never comes back, right? So we don't want to kind of unnecessarily get into a trade when the structure is being broken, right? Let it break, let it create some kind of displacement here below 100%, and let be firm there for a day or two, and then we'll see. If we get a bear flag, you can of course take puts there, and if we keep selling hard, and this is still like 5300, this is 170 points, right? So it's quite a way to trade that. If 5330 becomes the resistance and they are not able to take it above that, by Monday or so we'll get to know, okay, we are going to 161%, so we can find a trade within that. But for today, I think we should let them do what they're doing. And on Monday, if they start recapturing 5330 and start moving up, then this whole big decline will be, something that probably is not going to happen, right? So something that we need to kind of wait and watch for today to understand what are we dealing with before we actually try any longs in here, because like I said, the cost is too high, and options will get wrecked if we take a trade without fully understanding what we are dealing with. Let me quickly cover QQQ here as well. Yeah, so here is another thing, right? So QQQ is if you see, I mean, it's the first wave that we counted was like 5 waves down, and then we said, okay, probably we are in some sort of an ABC, right? So a lot more to be seen here. That okay, is it kind of front running the correction, right? If the 5 waves were done, is it like a wave 3 down, which it'll keep declining, something like 415? Let's see. Let's see its extensions here. Right, so 427 is an area where this becomes equal legs, right? So if it has to drop more, then 427 is the area where it is getting. On the other hand, I mean, we are in this zone again, a big zone where a lot of consolidation happened. This is our demand zone here as well, right? So again, not that we want to go into puts right now, but we want to see that, okay, because QQQ was front running the correction with Max 7, and is it just gonna be an ABC here, or is it gonna even go deeper, right? So we don't know that yet. So something that we need to kind of wait and see a little bit, right? At least till Monday, to see if this is a false break like this, and next day what we know is that, okay, a big candle comes in, wipes out all these declines, and we know is that we are heading higher, and this was just a fifth leg for this whole thing, and we were like wrong in the counts, like the 3, 4, and 5, right? So what it would mean is that, like I was explaining for SPX, if that was a WXY or a three wave count which ends at 4295, then this ends at 441, and both will bounce equally, and this will be the first A leg. Instead of three waves, it will be five waves, and then we have a bounce, and then we get another decline, right? So in that case, in this case, 44171 and 4295, these are like our levels to watch for today and on Monday as well, right? If we start getting a solid pullback again, then we are getting into this range again from where 474, right? So where we closed our QQQ calls on the other day, right? So this is where we're gonna test again, and then the next decline will come. So this is my thought for now for QQQ and SPX. So give it a little bit of time, mostly today. Let's see how we close, and then see if there is an option to go into the calls, or we just wait for Monday and see what happens, right? We don't want to buy these very expensive options as of now, right? Without knowing what we are really getting here. If this gets really nasty, like explained for SPX, I mean, this is gonna be Monday is gonna be like a Black Monday, to be honest. I mean, that's gonna be like a wave three dip right here. So that would be, either maybe because of it, Iran and Israel or something like that. Probably, right. So again, cannot predict what's gonna happen over the weekend. But for now, let's watch. These levels which I shared, 441 and 4295. Yeah, that was about it. Hope this clarifies, and if there are any questions, yeah, let me know. Uh, any questions?